Well, I think that the biggest problem we have in this district is that a lot of people are hurting. There are a lot of people that have to make the decision between whether or not they're going to get gas to go to work or whether or not they're going to be able to buy food. As such, I think the economy is going to be the first thing on everybody's mind. Getting these gas prices down, which they're artificially high, getting better jobs in this area. To do that, having said that, to do that, my priorities would be infrastructure. We need better highways. I've said over and over and over again, I think it's absolutely ridiculous that you cannot get from Tupelo to Jackson on a 4-lane highway. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that you can't go through 78 and hit a bypass up in DeSoto County and get to 55 and instead have to go all the way through Lamar for an hour, hour and a half. These are things that can be corrected, and these are the things that a congressman should do. So the economy, infrastructure, better education, and getting some type of resolution to the war in Iraq, because that's sucking every single dime that we got out of this economy. That is the problem. We are wasting money that we should be spending on our own infrastructure, on our own children, and on our own affairs.
The nation currently is either in a recession or close to it. What is the role of the Congress in improving the economy?
That's exactly what we were just talking about. I think the types of things that we just finished talking about really can only be done by the federal government. But what we need, we got to get away from just doing things the old way, the same old way, the same old system. We live in a world society. As such, you talk about things like getting these highways. That's not a pipe dream. A 4-lane highway from Jackson to Tupelo can be done very easily. And I submit this to you. They have private entities that would finance a highway such as that. And you could have a toll road from Tupelo to Jackson. That doesn't mean that you would have to go down that toll road. You could go to Natural Straight, so you could drive all the way to Oxford, drive down 55, but at least you would have a choice to pay $5 or $10 or $20 and drive on a brand new highway down to Jackson, or drive on your bypass up to 55 up in Memphis, or do it the traditional way. What I'm offering is a choice. The same thing about education. We're spending billions and billions of dollars to educate Iraqi children. We're spending billions and billions of dollars to build Iraqi infrastructure. We're spending billions and billions of dollars to make the Iraqi government more efficient. These are things we have problems with in our own states and in our own home, and we need to spend that money here. And I think that's what the purpose of the congressman.
Great. You've talked a little bit about the Iraq War. What's your assessment of the overall war on terrorism, and how would you rate its effectiveness?
It's a disaster. Everybody knows it's a disaster. As I've said many times before, the Iraqi government is a joke. It's not a government. And everybody in the United States and across the world knows that the minute that United States forces pull out of there, that place is going to turn into a quagmire. The second we pull out. It doesn't matter if we leave tomorrow, it doesn't matter if we leave 5 years from now, 20 years from now. The second that we pull out, that place is going to turn into an absolute quagmire. And we have no policy. I could understand if we were going over there to take over the country and take the oil. We're not. I could understand if we were going over there to bring Jesus into their life. We're not. We have no goals. We're just there. And the moment we leave, everything that we've done is going to go down the drain, because they're going straight into civil war. There's nothing anybody can do about it. We're just wasting time, wasting money, and wasting the most precious thing that we have in the United States, our young boys' lives.
You talked about health care. What should Congress do in response to rising health care costs and a large number of uninsured adults and children?
I mean, we need universal health care. Again, we're talking about the exact same thing. Billions and billions of dollars to provide these services for a foreign country that should be spent at home. I have 2 parents. I'm fortunate to be 46 years old and have 2 parents. They're both well in the mid-70s. Okay, and I'm familiar with what prescription medication costs. I'm familiar with what doctors' bills cost. I'm familiar with the lapses in Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security. I feel that in my own home with my own family. As such, I think it's absolutely ridiculous for people that age that have worked all of their lives, never asked for anything, have always put into the Social Security system, have always paid their taxes, and they get to this age and they have to worry about how they're going to buy the medication. Again, these are things that are not fantasies. They're things that are already being done. So I'm a disabled veteran myself. As such, I know that the VA already implements a system like this where they negotiate with the drug companies to buy cheaper drugs. They have strict quality controls on those drugs, and they make sure that we get the cheapest product that we can get for a fair price. These things should be done universally across the board. There's no reason they can't be done.